boy, yeah, there's there's quite a difference, isn't there? This is the Luke Skywalker. This is a long-awaited figure, VC344. How we've got this far into the vintage collection without the main hero himself, Luke Skywalker, farm boy. A very, very welcome addition, overdue in the vintage collection. We're going to crack one of these open and take a look in a bit more depth, and then see how he stacks up against previous Luke Skywalkers and where we're going to put him in the collection today. Stay tuned. Straight away, you can sort of see that there's ever so slight differences in the maybe it's the paint application that's doing it, but certainly I think the actual expression on these Lukes is very different. This is almost like a surprised Luke, whereas this one is sort of a bit more sort of chilled, laid back, almost a little bit dozy. Yeah, so straight away, collection anxiety. Which one do you open? Which one do you keep carded? Well, might be a case of eeny, meeny, miny, mo on this one. This is probably as close as I'll get to an original Kenner carded Luke Skywalker figure. That's the retro collection on the right hand side of the screen, and obviously the new vintage collection Luke Skywalker on the left. You can see, the photo's been recreated just as well on each, same sort of name pill. Yep, and the logo in the top hand corner is unaffected by anything else, which is great to see. But yeah, I've had that retro collection figure since it came out a few years back, and that's been on my carded wall display for the last few years, but not anymore. It's going to be replaced by this vintage collection effort, which looks really good. So I'm just cracking out a couple of other Farm Boy Lukes. The Legacy Collection Resurgence of the Jedi Luke is currently in my Landspeeder with a similar era Obi-Wan Kenobi and the droids in the back. Here are my original Kenner figures at the front. Luke, yellow-haired Luke in the Landspeeder, and brown-haired Luke just sporting his unfortunately cut saber. Oh well. And obviously the retro collection effort carded in the background. I know we're getting a new Landspeeder later on this year, whether it's all new or just a partial update of this effort. This is the original vintage collection release, but also that was a redone paint job of a 2002 Saga release, so it's an older sculpt now. It still checks out, but yes, the paint deco very much reminiscent of the Kenner design. I say Kenner, this might be the Palitoy version. I've got both. Obviously one has the pop-up hood and one doesn't. One's a little worse for wear with the grill, but yeah, do love this figure. And yeah, we'll be getting this Luke in various different scenes and see how he looks in each. Okay, first impressions then. I love this figure. This is fresh out of the box. I've seen some people saying that the likeness of Mark Hamill is more akin to the Empire Strikes Back, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty damn good. I went for the sort of surprise look out of the two. The sort of sleepy Luke is still carded. Yeah, it looks great. You've got the sort of lightsaber hilt, fits well on his belt, as does the whatever that thing is. He's sort of using it when he sort of sees C-3PO. What are you doing hiding back there? Yeah, really cool. And I think when you see it stacked up against previous releases, you'll see just how much of an improvement this figure is. Because to be honest, I didn't mind the Legacy Collection effort, but yeah, when you see them side by side, boy, yeah, there's there's quite a difference, isn't there? So here we have, I guess, probably the last four Luke Skywalker releases then. Obviously we've got the vintage collection in the center with the Legacy Collection version. On the far right hand side of the screen you've got a 30th anniversary collection Luke, which came with the moisture evaporator, which was a great accessory to pack in with the figure, but the likeness was left a bit wanting. And then on the far left hand side, again, another figure that came with great accessories, which makes it worthy of a pickup. It's the Saga collection version from 2006. Crazy to think that we haven't had an updated Luke since that Legacy Collection figure. And I'm talking, when I say updated Luke, you know, I mean all new, or at least enough to make it worthy of, you know, a properly different. I'm not talking about different hair, or the Death Star Escape Luke has got a soft goods skirt, but it's essentially the same figure. And the Stormtrooper belt, obviously, and you take away the accessories from this Saga Collection Luke. Oh, blimey, that's actually quite that's quite tough on there. And yeah, I mean the head sculpt is what it is. I mean, it's not even of the time, is it? I don't think they've captured Mark Hamill's likeness very well in any certainly in A New Hope. Not until we got to the second round of vintage collection figures, I think, with the maybe the X-Wing pilot Luke. But yeah, no, this is obviously hands down the best we've got so far, and you can see the accessories that come with these other figures. Surely there will be room for repacks. I'm sure Hasbro will do a deluxe version at some point, maybe with the poncho, maybe with the hat. You know, I wouldn't mind another shot at the moisture evaporator. Whether they do a complete, you know, a different style of box for some of these figures with bigger accessories in. I know we're getting the land speeder coming as well, so maybe there'll be another Luke coming for that. Maybe another Death Star Escape Luke. The possibilities are, well, there's quite a few possibilities, isn't there? Let's face it. Stacking up against these figures, yeah, I'm not going all the way back to the Power of the Force 2 line, because obviously we all know about the He-Man sculpt. They did so many Luke Skywalkers in the sort of late 90s and early 2000s, but really after that, I mean, you're looking at sort of the last three: 2006 on the far left, 2007 on the far right, and maybe 2008-9 in the middle. So, you know, this is the first all new Luke in well over 15 years. And again, like so many of these main characters, they're few and far between these days. So when they do come out, I mean, don't let me tell you what to do, but I would jump on them. As I say, I think this isn't the last time we'll see this particular Luke Skywalker. I do think he'll come with different accessories, different releases. Just a side profile. I think that's a good side profile, good like likeness of Mark Hamill there. I'm not going to run down all the articulation. You know what comes with these new figures articulation wise. You know, from the rocker ankles all the way up to the sort of barbell hips and the extra sort of articulation in the neck. You know, they have as much articulation as you need for figures of this scale. All right, let's see where he's going to go then in the collection. And here he is with the blast shield from the Legacy Collection Falcon. It's a bit of a tight fit. I probably wouldn't want to be taking this one on and off too much, but it does fit. Let me get this in focus. There we go. Yeah, a bit of a tight fit, but it does fit nonetheless. So there you go. There is the Vintage Collection Luke with the blast shield down. Okay, so this is my Tatooine setup. I've got the cantina here. It's behind glass, so bear with. You won't get a full tour of this section. Obviously, that's my 30th anniversary Luke, which came with the moisture evaporator. He's in the cantina. He's generally got his back turned, so you can't quite see the face sculpt. Elsewhere, you've got the Saga Collection version down here. He's with his mates, Cammy, Fixer, and Biggs. Over here, we've got the Legacy Collection rolling into town in the land speeder. I honestly don't know where I'm going to put this latest Luke, because I feel like sticking him down here on the homestead, maybe that's tucked out of the way a little bit. Obviously, we've got quite a bit going on here. If we just move the shelves over a little bit so we're not getting all that glare from the other angle. Obviously, you've got Tatooine, got the cantina, sorry, here. Yeah, I really don't know where he's going to go. We've got the purchase of the droids. Maybe he could go there when he's sort of meeting R2D2 and C3PO for the first time. But again, I don't actually have R2D2 and C3PO on this display either. But yeah, I think he could go on the farm with Owen and Baru until we get the new land speeder. But also, actually, when we get the new cantina, he'll probably just end up in the cantina. This cardboard playset has obviously served many of us collectors very well. Be sad to see it going away, but yeah, it's I think quite a lot of us can do something with the new display. So yeah, right now he's probably just gonna hang out here, there, and everywhere for the moment. It might just be a little Easter egg for the time being. But that's Luke Skywalker. Wow, what a figure. Yeah, and that's where he's going in my loose setup. Let's see where the carded version will end up. Again, excuse the glare, but there you go. There's my vintage collection, Luke Skywalker, up on the carded wall now with all the rest of them. There's fewer and fewer retro collection figures featuring on this wall now. So we'll be getting an updated Han Solo, hopefully C3PO as well to come as well, and Obi-Wan Kenobi we know is coming. But yeah, it's not often that I buy 2 of every figure, but I do make an exception for the original trilogy. I think they just look great lined up. It's very reminiscent of my childhood. We all grew up with, well, us of a certain age grew up with the original trilogy figures looking like this. So yeah, there you go. That's my vintage collection Luke Skywalker review, you know, and how I've got him set up in the collection, because that's also what it's all about. It's not just reviewing these figures, it's where they go in people's collections. What do you do with them? And yeah, I would like to know what you do with them, so please comment below. Have you got this figure? Are you going to pick this figure up? Where's he going in your setup? Are you retiring some of those older Lukes? Are you going to pick some of the accessories off the older Lukes? Are you buying a ton of this figure, or are you skipping? Has it disappointed? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. It really helps me out. I hope to be making more content like this for the channel real soon. And just quickly before I go, thank you to the first 100 subscribers on this channel. I hit that mark a few days ago. I've only been doing this channel a few weeks, so it really does mean a lot that so many of you are watching and interacting and subscribing. I'm humbled and overwhelmed by the response. So thank you very much. I'll be making more soon. In the meantime, there'll be plenty more on the channel to go back and watch. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.